first question I asked you, when you first heard about it, what was your initial thought?
When my mother first got the phone call, I was in the basement with my former boyfriend or whatever, and I overheard her talking on the phone about it or whatever. So, by Roy Malcolm being so strong, however, I started smiling like, my brother Ari, like, cause they told my mother that he got stabbed, like, I think, stabbed in his ear.
Yeah, she said, but so it looked like it from the pictures.
Yeah, so when I first heard about it, I'm like, oh, he good, he alright, or whatever. But then when they said they got rushed into the hospital, that's when the adrenaline started rushing, however, and I got nervous, like, which hospital they? So me, I panicked. Anything goes on, I panic, I start going off. So I'm panicking, like, what hospital, blah, blah, blah. Then when my mother got the initial call that it wasn't a stabbing, however, my mother told them they better get her son to Baltimore Hospital in less than 45 minutes. He was fully here.
Heard about it, like, my mother heard about it first. When she came in the house, she was just crying. She ran up in her room, locked the door. So when I finally got to her, she told me what happened. When she told me he was stabbed, I mean, it's prison, you feel me? It was a believable situation at first. Raw got stabbed up. He in critical condition. Boom. It was a believable, so it was believable. Man, you see them type of things happen in prison all the time. But as we further discovered that he was never stabbed, then that raised questions.
I couldn't even breathe.
Yeah, I said I couldn't even breathe at first. Because when it first hit me, it ain't dawned me until I didn't see him. That's when it really hit me, when I didn't see him. Because when they told me, it just hit me like, they ain't gone, Rod ain't gone. You heard me, Rod ain't going nowhere. Like he said, he got a heart of a lion, Rod ain't going nowhere. But when he left, that's when he wasn't around me, when I felt lonely and all that type stuff, that's when I knew, you feel me? I told you I lost my best friend. Lost everything.
It's been 3 going on 4 years now that my brother been gone.
But it's still fresh.
Yeah. So like at the first point of time, I wanted to get whoever, like, we wanted to solve who really done it, because they say somebody else done it, which I believe in my heart that the man didn't do it, because I knew my brother's strength and what he was capable of doing. So I just want, like, to see the real person be charged, except for that man that they really paying him.
Who put a trash man in? I told them.
Me myself, I feel like
saying me, like everybody else told you, I don't believe that man did it. It ain't really I don't believe, I know he did. Like, just because a person locked up or just because it happened in prison don't mean that you don't know what happened. I mean, coming from a place like Cumberland, like majority racist, no. No. See, one thing about them, even like they court systems and things like that is somehow tied to their community, so you probably will never get the truth. You got people who die up there all the time. You don't ever get the truth. Cumberland, Hagerstown.
Yeah.
You see why I wear this wristband? That's for my bro.
Oh yeah,
I never took it off.
He was a donor.
Never took it off. I take showers with this, sleep with this. I don't even let my kids play with this. Cause it seems like this the only part I got of him. Only part. Well, how he did my brother though, you know, shit was crazy.
How he did my brother. It's like they ain't care. They ain't give a fuck. Just like I don't give a fuck.
That man probably didn't do it. He didn't do it. I feel like it probably was a setup and a stand-in from the way it looks and everything. And our government is so messed up, especially with the jail system. You gotta have voices outside of there in order to speak for those that can't speak for themselves. And you know, once you get inside, you ain't got no voice. And if the family don't stick with you, there's a wrap. And there's a lot of families that don't stick with us until something happens. Mine was one of them. Once it was over with, it was like, oh, well, we didn't know. You know, even with his death, it still should be some on. Yes. Yes. So, like, when you hear about other people that's going through the same thing, what would you suggest to them?
To be honest, I can't say nothing. I be lost for words. All I do is cry. Like, I really, like, break down and cry like it's my own. Because recently, my neighbor brother just got killed, however. And I really can't, like, go to somebody and be like, I could send them a message or however, like, sending my condolences. But to, like, to sit in their face and see them hurting like that, I can't do it. Like, it hurt me to go. But to be honest, even before I lost my brother, I had lost my son too. So, like, even before my son, I was never the type of person that could go sit in somebody's face and be like, you alright, and hug on them and stuff like that. I could just, like, send my condolences. Or I could go see him, but I can't just be like, you know how people, like, cater to people? Like, yeah, I can't do that. I can't latch on and do stuff like that, because even if you didn't lose your brother and you was going to do something, or you ain't do something, or you was just hurt, I still can't do it. I could, like, get you something, and then, but all that mushy stuff like that, I can't do it.
This was learning. Like, I heard y'all didn't even know he was up there.
See, he was up Hagerstown. See, I got a like before he died, I got a letter from him. And it said Hagerstown. But when a few days later, when my mother got the call, he died up Cumberland. Like, so when they move your family, they really, like, if they don't get in contact with you and tell you that you getting moved, you will never know.
And you had got letters from him, and you found out it was one place. Then when you found out it was that, you was like shocked, wasn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a quick move, and plus, he's supposed to came home from off lockup, point blank period. The time that he had on lockup, they supposed to let him finish that out until his time ran out. It ain't no way you just take somebody off lockup and send them up Hagerstown. Where I'm not sure.
Before Rod went to prison or jail, what would y'all have done, or what would you have done to prevent him not to go there? Like,
oh, we'd have been on the run. We'd have been on the run. We'd have been everywhere. We'd have been out. I can't tell you all the places where we would have been, you know what I mean? Like, certain stuff is sophisticated, what me and Rod did. That's why I tell you, like, everything can't go on camera, what me and Rod did, because some of the stuff that what me and Rod did can't go on the camera. Because we did so much, that really stuff that can't go on the camera. Like, that shit be hurting me every day. Every day. I'm gonna think of Rod. Every day. I got his picture on the wall every day. All day. I look around my room all day.
well, when we went to the hospital at the, like, I'm gonna say we had to recognize him. He was still living. He was living for like 2 days, however, and he was just unrecognizable. Like, nobody wanted to take me upstairs to see my brother, to view my brother. So my mother actually told my little sister, my younger sister, to take me upstairs. Once she got me upstairs, she showed me, like, there he go. She stepped back and let me go forward. I went in crying like, this not my brother. She like, it is. I'm like, it's not my brother. The only way I recognized my little brother was from his tattoos. She actually had to pull the cover off of him and show me his tattoos, because he was unrecognizable, like, completely. Like, his head was like swollen like a pumpkin, and his neck was kind of a little fat, but his body was normal. Like, no scratches, no nothing. Like, the pictures that we have, I took those. Like I took those like on his wrist where it looked as though he was like handcuffed and stuff like that. Like nothing else was on my brother. He just had head injuries. But when the autopsy and stuff came back, that's when we learned about his spine and stuff like that. Other than that, like visual, you ain't see nothing but a messed up face and of course the swollen of the head. Other than that, you wouldn't have knew nothing happened to him because his body was absolutely regular. Like, and when he gets in fights, all his knuckles and all that will be bruised up. So I knew he wasn't fighting.
She ain't lying.
But when I took and flipped his arm over, like, let me see his arm, I see, like, the handcuffs. Like, he might have been, like, pulling, like, to get out the handcuffs. So I'm like, he had handcuffs on. So I started just flicking pictures, like, flicking all the pictures. Like, I'm about to get all these pictures because that's the only evidence we gonna have for real. So I just took all the pictures. Like, at first, the police, it was like police, the two police that was sitting up there, you can't do that. I still done it. I'm like, this my little brother, I'm still do this. Like,
Who's still your family?
right. And then, like, the next day when we learned that he passed, me, I ain't believe it. Like, my mother, she could have added to you because when we came in, the doctor said he was gone. Me, I'm like, he's not gone. Like no one. I mean, the doctor said she called my mother and left a message on her answer machine. But I still like you have to say, oh, we taking him off this breathing machine, and you have to get authorization. No authorization, so I didn't believe it. Like, I seen his body keep going up and down, so they like the machine is breathing for him and this, that, and third. Everybody left me standing in the hospital room, still talking to the doctor, because I still couldn't believe that my little brother was gone.
So nobody stayed there with him the whole time, or did they give y'all a certain time to be there and a certain time to leave?
No.
No. We went down when we wanted to and checked on about one. But the Huggy it's called a Huggy, and it keeps your blood flows warm, because he was an organ donor.
Right.
So the Huggy, but
I knew that Malcolm was gone because when I walked past his room, they had him laid flat.
She said, I ain't
And
recognize
the other
my
time
brother
he was sitting
neither.
up. And then I can actually see the real Malcolm starting to form back to Malcolm. As you seen in the pictures I showed you, from the swelling and then by him passing, how his face really started to
Went
form
back
back
down,
to
right.
Malcolm.
yeah, I seen that too, but I'm thinking like they just cleaned him up, you know, like I'm like, all right,
I
he
ain't
looked better
recognize him
today.
either.
Like when I came in, I'm like, oh, he looked better today, or whatever. But I'm thinking they cleaned him up because he wasn't cleaned up when we went in there
So
that first day.
basically, he was in a coma.
Yeah, basically he was like a vegetable. Like
And
if he would have lived, he would have been a vegetable for
so,
real.
did they know he was an organ donor before?
No.
Or after?
After she decided to make him an organ donor, like when they went to go talk to my mother, they asked her, can he be an organ donor?
Me, myself,
And then-
I always look at it like this. I say, if your organs is good, they ain't got to ask you nothing. They're going to take them anyway.
I mean, yeah, but
And I feel personally that when they had that Huggy on him, they knew what they were going to do from that point on. Because that wasn't saving his life, that was preserving the organs. That's what that seemed like it was doing to me. And he was young, his organs were still good.
Well, when I first went to University of Maryland Shock Trauma, and I met with the surgeon, he told me, he said, Malcolm, if I would have got Malcolm hours before the swelling started to really swell on his brain, I probably could have released the brain. That's why I believe they took my son to Cumberland Regional, because they was really hoping that my son passed in Cumberland Regional.
That's what I'm saying. They couldn't handle
That's
it.
what it
Because
seemed like.
they took the cap off my son head in Cumberland Regional.
Did you ever get a chance to see the doctor's report between two hospitals? Because one always will have to sign off on one, and the other one, before they get that person,
No,
they
don't
want to know
have the
what
report
happened.
from Cumberland Regional, but I believe the lawyer has it.
And like I tell you, you ain't gonna never get one of them type. You ain't gonna never get one of them type people like Rod. You ain't gonna find too many of them like Rod. I'm letting y'all know that now. It ain't too many of them. No more. It ain't no more. I ain't gonna say too many. It ain't no more. I don't got no more real friends. I don't got no more real homeboys. He was the only one that I trusted, that I loved.
So you're not only killing and taking him out, you hurting somebody else's family also.
Exactly.
Somebody else's family is hurting behind all that. Like you don't care about how somebody else gonna feel.
Right.
You don't take somebody's feelings into consideration at all. Like I think it's totally ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not even because I lost my little brother, just because like another life is lost. Like
anybody.
It was a time, man. We was out from 10 at night all the way into the morning. Raw, you know. Like we'd go change our clothes, go right back out there and do the same thing. Raw had a little bat. I have a paintball gun. You feel me? And we'd go rob somebody. Boom. After we rob that, we go change our clothes. We going right back outside. Ain't no wasting no time. We ain't do none of that. We ain't waste no time. We just did what we did. And ain't nobody, and that's another thing. Ain't nobody played with us down in projects once we was click tight. Cause I told you, if anybody played Rod, I was smacking them, regardless. Same with me. Like I told you, that's all Rod talked about. Every time we was together, it's family. That's all he always said was family. I always remember family.
how old was y'all? Like
we was only like, I was like 17. So if I was 17, Rod was probably like 16, 15. Yeah, Rod was like 15, 16.
Okay, so you was older than Rod.
When I'm listening to the news at night and I always hear it, I be like, wow. I don't know how you would have the strength or the ability to want to do that to someone. Like your mind is that
like that evil. Like even though people always say I'm mean or however, but the take a gun and actually see somebody bleeding or crying for help or like even to the point where you stabbing somebody, like it creeps me out.
The adrenaline gets that powerful like, to want to take a life. That is like a little bit too much for me. You know, fighting is a different thing. But when you talk about actually going to the point where you're trying to really, and you know when you're trying to kill somebody, because you just ain't going to this all of a sudden this pop up. It's like unless you mean to do it.
Right.
Because your mind tells you, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, you know, and all that shit. You already know. When you say that, you obviously mean to do it.
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
Now what I wanna know is, if we got all these murderers who's bold enough to murder, why are they not bold enough to turn themselves in?
I mean, it's like murderers, some murderers ain't really murderers. They out there because their family may have got murdered, so they retaliating. So it's not like they like actually murderers or they really seeking to hurt somebody, which they end up doing it anyway. But that's not all their intentions. They just hurt for real. Most of the times they hurt or something went on in their life and they just hurt it. So they reacting in a way. Like now younger youth, they really don't have nobody to talk to, no recreations to go to, nothing like that. So they seek it. They seek in the streets, selling drugs, doing this, doing that. They don't want to find no job. However, like no role model, no nothing. So it's just like they doing what they saying. However,
so it's like a peer pressure type thing.
Tell her I let her know.
That's what you're saying.
It's not even peer pressure. It's following the wrong footsteps or somebody leading them in the wrong way. They see that father do it, so they doing it.
And they really don't care no more.
Right.
And then a lot of times they don't see the pain and the harm behind it. They only seeing what they seeing for themselves to cure themselves.
Yeah, right.
You know.
But the whole time, like I heard, I'm not no killer. That once you kill somebody, that person, you lay down, close your eyes, you keep seeing that person.
I heard that too.
Like that's just.
I know, like all the different things I did to people and stuff back in the day was never no murder, never close to it. It's like you do see it because it's called like a
flashback.
Yeah, a lot of times it is, and a lot of times, me myself personally, defending yourself is something altogether different. But then when you go out there, you do it for fun or for kicks and stuff. Then you start to look back in your conscience and say, why did we beat this guy up?
Yeah.
You know, why did I do that?
it is what it is. You feel me? Like I say, God see everything.
Sure.
You feel me? Everybody who killed not going to hell. Feel me? Every sin ain't a wrongful sin. You feel me? You bang on that door too long, you gonna get hurt. I mean, you bang on that door too long, and whatever come from behind that door, you forced to deal with it.
Sure.
It's just like somebody bullying somebody, and they continuous bullying somebody, and he end up killing somebody. He not wrong. And sin is really took out its original formation. Sin is just basically mean that you missed the mark. You fell short. It's not all that. Hell, it's no, heaven is not a location. Hell is not a location. A devil is not a specific person.
Right.
God is not a specific person.
Right.
You got good and evil that live within you every day. It's just a battle between good and evil. Which one you gonna choose? But like I say, when you living in the time, you could be a good person, but the times that you living in will have you open your hands to other things. All right. You say fight, all right, you can fight. You fight, you win, he lose. Retaliation on his mind. Now, you thinking, oh, I should have just did what I was going to do from the beginning. That's what it's lead to anyway. Now, you fighting him, you done made the process longer. Now, he know he can't beat you with this, so now he not coming straight at you. He gonna wait to catch you down bad.
So you know that's what's on a lot of young brothers' minds, and even older brothers is doing it too. You know.
See, and me, I don't encourage. I don't encourage people to do wrong, but I don't encourage them to be done wrong. Don't let nobody do you wrong.
That's right.
Like if you get in something like they saying, yeah, I say, yeah, put down the guns, but only pick them up for the right reasons. Because, like I say, I ain't letting nobody kill me. If somebody trying to kill me, I'm killing them. I mean, that's just what it is, and I just answer to God later. I confess my sins to God. I'm damn sure I ain't gonna go in the courtroom and tell him I did it. I confess that to God, because like at the end of the day, like they just is wrong. Like judges and shit, like they just as wrong as you.
True.
So
man is not supposed to judge evil.
Right. So I just confess to God, and if it is the judgment day, like everybody say, like the Bible say, which I really don't believe. But when my time comes and I get there, I find out. And I be dealt with accordingly to what I did as I walked earth. But rather than that, I'm not going to tell this man, don't pick up a gun if he got problems, or in this world right now, don't pick up the gun for the wrong reason. Protect yourself. If you feel as though you need a gun, get a gun. Black Panthers had guns.
Yeah, you right about that.
You feel me? They didn't do it for the wrong reasons though, but so I'm not going to tell them to put down no gun. Not in the life that we living in. If you feel as though you need a gun, then that's what it is. Just don't kill for the wrong reasons.
True. Because I thought one of the amendments was you could own a gun.
Yeah.
It's just don't go out here and
I'm
kill.
not telling them not to put down no gun. You feel as though you need a gun out here. It's even people who not in the streets dying. Even people who not in the streets dying. So what is I'm going to encourage this kid? I'm not going to say, no, don't pick up no gun. Don't pick it up for the wrong reason. You telling him, no, don't pick up a gun, and he got problems. Or he may not have problems. It's just the environment that he living in sweep him right under the rug when he could have had that gun to protect himself. Even though him killing the next black person ain't gonna make it no better. But like I say, I'm not letting nobody kill me. Like me, I don't believe in killing motherfuckers. I don't believe in it, but I do believe in if he try to do something to me, I'm gonna do it to him.
Yeah, because I understand what you're saying. Because there's a lot of people out here that is using it in self-defense, but there's no self-defense here at all. At all. Then we also have the people out here that's just going out there doing it for whatever reason.
For a name.
And it shouldn't be that way. How do you think we gonna
Hang with us,
how
tomorrow.
would you say we get this gun mentality under control?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it's ever gonna be in control. You can't go to everybody's house and say, pass me your gun, or
yeah, there's no way in the world you can do that.
And then you got crooked cops and all that. So like you ain't gonna never get that under control. That's just, it's out of control and it's gonna get worse. It's not gonna get no better. Like that's not happening at all.
What would you tell a younger person that you think is out here and eventually is gonna kill somebody if they don't get themselves in on track, you know?
I just believe if you live by the school, you're gonna die by it.
That's true.
So like if not, in some cases, like people kill somebody at 19, turn their life around, 30 years old, somebody end up killing them. So eventually it's gonna creep back up on you. That's why, yeah, so I really don't know what to tell them. I don't know.
Like, say for instance, because I had it happen to me a couple of times, your friend come up to you, let me get the gun, or they be like, I'm gonna go kill that mom, I'm gonna go kill, and what would you say to them then? Like,
first of all, I'm gonna listen to the situation anyway, even though I believe right is right, wrong is wrong. I'm not gonna say just because that's my brother, he right. No, right is right and wrong is wrong. So therefore, like, I'm gonna end up listening to the situation anyway. But 9 out of 10, I'm like, yo, don't do that.
yeah.
Don't do that. It's not that serious. Even if it's that serious, though, it could be that serious. Just because it's not serious to me don't mean it's not serious to them. So it could be that serious, but I'm going to tell them, like, it's not that serious. Like, it's not that serious.
Can I take that chair next?
Sure.
Because it's not even, I don't think killing somebody is that serious. Really, I don't. Even though in my mind, in my heart, when they first killed my little brother, I was like, all I need to be dead, this, that, and the third. But then when you thinking about it, like, God got the last say so. So, like, you just killing somebody. I just don't believe in killing nobody. And I tell my oldest brothers that all the time. I don't really talk to my younger siblings like that. But my oldest brothers, like, we the closest. So I'm like, I pray to God you ain't kill nobody. And I tell my oldest brother that almost every time I talk to him. Because I just don't believe in killing nobody. Even though in your heart you be like, you want that motherfucker dead, this, that, and the third. But when it's time to actually kill that person, you be like, no, don't do that. That's just how I am.
You know how much planning to go through that?
And then meditation, like, that's just horrible. Like, for real. That's not even funny. That's horrible.
That's true, though. But sometimes
I believe you could just beat them up and, you know, keep
it. Be on with, but not
But at the same time, like, once you beat them up,
you gotta worry about them coming back.
Yeah.
You got to worry about them coming back. So.
And I ain't never say don't protect yourself, but just to do something, just to do it, or because you feeling some type of way, you jealous, or he got this, got that, or that's just, I don't believe in that. No.
If a friend came to her like, give me that gun, I'm about to kill this thing. Like I say, we living in a time now where, like I say, me personally, I don't believe in killing a person for no reason. But if I know somebody trying to kill me, oh, I'm killing their ass. Like, ain't no point blank period, I'm killing. Because yeah, killing not the right thing to do, but at the same time, I'm not about to sit back and let nobody kill me.
It's called defense. Self-defense.
So
She love
it ain't too much that I can say. Because everything we did was bad. Everything, but it don't make my brother a bad person at the same time. Because the stuff we did do, like I told you, some stuff we did do was positive. We did do some positive stuff. But when we did do negative, it wasn't even when we did negative stuff, it was just me and him. It wasn't me, him, and him. It was just me and him. I told you, it was just me and him on everything, 24/7.
If you had if you could see your brother today, what would you tell him? In this day and this age.
Like, I'll tell him to calm down. Like, yo, he used to irk my nerves, like, real bad. But he never, like, fought me or nothing. Like, he fought everybody, but he never fought me. Not like that. He'd just be laughing. He'd tell me what he gonna do to me, for real. But he never did it. So, like, we had a good relationship.
That's good. That's good.
Like, we had a good relationship. Yeah, I just tell him to keep calm. Like, even though it's a lot of gun violence going on, I mean, he probably would have be with the person that's killing somebody or whatever. Like, I ain't gonna say he ain't gonna be there or whatever like that. But most of the time, he was serious, but he was so goofy at the same time. So I don't know. I just be listening to his stories, I guess. When he come in the house telling you.
Well, I just
Crazy
know my brother
it's crazy though.
for being like a little wild out in the street and like
He always was wild.
fighting on people, beating people up.
We always whipping somebody's ass.
I don't believe he never lost a fight. Like, my brother never lost a fight.
And he wasn't scared of nobody. Don't give a fuck who you is. Don't give a fuck how big you is. He don't care.
Nope.
We never cared.
He'll whip your
About
ass and
nothing.
then like sit next to you, shake your hand.
When I say my brother had a heart of a lion, he had a heart of a lion.
So I see you wearing your blue.
Right.
What that represent for you?
Crip.
I feel you. So you're Baltimore Crip. So is Baltimore Crips like different from LA?
See. Yeah, no. Man, you gotta see one thing about it, like, if you ain't got the light from across there, you can't
Just
bang.
can't be
So
banged, right.
so it's all connected, but it's a line. Feel me? Baltimore, Jersey, Memphis, Cap.
So you'll go out and help people more so?
Saying, like I say, like, the original cause is protect your community, build your community,
And yourself.
protect yourself from the police. Like, it's basically a branch off the Black Panthers.
Right.
So basically, but like I say, but when people start drawing a gun towards you, things get out of hand. So you start, and that start to become the new way of doing things. But like I say, until everybody get together and say, you feel me, we gonna stand as one, then that's just what it's gonna continue to be.
Like you said, in the 60s, it was better than it is now.
Yes, yeah.
And you open my eyes to that because you're certainly right.
Yeah, because in the 60s,
You're certainly right.
no matter how much police brutality or how much armed forces the government put on us, we stuck together. We stuck together. Now, you don't even got East Baltimore sticking together. You don't even got South Baltimore sticking together. You ain't even got motherfucking one hood sticking together. Back then, no matter what was put on them, no matter what the government tried to do to break them, they stood together. They went to prison for shit they didn't do, but they stood for what they believed in.
Do you ever think the The Bloods and the Crips, whatever, come together and stand as one.
I mean, they did, and they just tied flags in Cali, like.
Yeah, I did see something like that.
Like a week ago.
You think it can happen here?
Man, anything is possible. This guy had the right energy.
And the right people to actually step up and say, let's do this.
Yeah, but
because it's not going to be everybody agreeing.
Right, and that's, I mean, even that, everybody don't agree.
True.
Because you got some people who feel as though like they lost homies and they got to get back.
Yeah,
so they get that get back, they can't be. So you ain't gonna never have everybody agree
on the same page as that.
But even some might not even agree from the beginning, but when y'all come together and they see what y'all doing and what y'all about, and some more come, and then you'll have some who just stuck in their ways. A sign. You feel me?
Yes, I know.
So
I know I grew up in gangs too, and is it still the same where we can't cross the street and all that crazy stuff and things like I gotta take my flag off to go through your neighborhood, and it's like it shouldn't even be about a color.
Yeah, it's somewhat like that. But like I say, like in some hoods you might got some people who grew up there and they might be the opposite as you, so you feel me, you'll be a little more or less lenient because he grew up there.
It was funny because me and my brother, we was in two different gangs living in the same damn household. You know, so just imagine that.
Right. Even though, like, my little brother, he was like, oh, man, he was off the hook. But I just believe even if he was still here to this day, he would not have killed nobody because he could fight, you feel me? So he probably would have beat you up. He's the type of person that would beat you up and then shake your hand, sit next to you, and all that. Like, still gonna be in your face and all that. If you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it, but he gonna beat you up. I don't believe that he would have ever, he would be 23. He would have killed somebody. He 23, I mean. At his 23 years of living, if he was still here, I don't believe that he would have killed nobody. As much aggressive he was. Like, he was so aggressive, so I don't think he would have killed nobody. He was a more hands-on person than anything.
That's what you need out here more. Because it seems like everybody's scared to take an ass whooping.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
You know.
If he was here today or now, how would you describe him? Like one word. If you had to choose one word, how would you describe him?
Like I told you, loyalty. I never had to question Rob. Never. Ever in my life. Anything we did together. Anytime we was doing, we did it together. We smoked together. Like I told you, we robbed together. We whipped him nigga ass, we whipping his ass together. That's what I learned from Rob. One thing, I don't care if one of my brothers whipping your ass. I'm hopping in it. We whipping your ass together.
Age, I know y'all may have had females. How was y'all with the females?
Oh, we had fun with the females. That's one thing me and Rob did. We had fun with the females. We didn't care about the females. That's one thing my brother always told me. We don't care about the females. We gonna do them dirty. We always did the females dirty. We always did. Feel me? Like I told you. He had somebody at my house. Like one time we'd be doing it on the same bed. You don't never know. We'd be getting head on the same bed. He might got a chick that might, you feel me? I might got a chick for him. He might got one for me. That's how it was. But we never let no females get into what we had, though. Never, ever let no females get into what we had. That's why I say nowadays, people, I don't know what it is with how me and my brother was. It's never gonna be the same. I ain't gonna never find nobody like Rob. Never.
Y'all doing females dirty, don't y'all think y'all got sisters? If males do them dirty?
No, see, if you played with our sister, that was a whole nother story. You play with our sister, you getting your ass whipped. Regardless, you getting your ass whipped. See,
like I told you, we ain't care about other females. But one thing, you play with our family, like I told you, family, we don't play with that. That's one thing we ain't play with, his family. Gunny, his right-hand man, best friend, stayed with him 24/7, however you want to call it.
So how did you and Rod meet and where? Like the neighborhood?
I met him down in Somerset Extensions, East Baltimore. How I met him, I told you. I asked him, can I ride his dirt bike? He said no. There wasn't no other way how you can put it. Rod just straight said no. He ain't look at me no other type way. He ain't get smart or nothing. All he did was say no.
So that's what y'all called him, Rod?
Yeah, I called him Rod. A lot of shit. Like one time, we always walked down at the subway. We was coming from my mills. He done took somebody's bike. And we told the dude, we like, yo, just go back up the street. You're not getting your bike back. You feel me? Because Rod not getting one thing. That's what's Rod not doing. He not giving you nothing back. Because if he take it, he taking it regardless. And I'm behind him 100%. She love Rod. And it ain't too much that I can say. Because everything we did was bad. Everything. But it don't make my brother a bad person at the same time.